Do you want to become a web developer? Now, let me tell you the truth. This is gonna be extremely difficult, but it's well worth it. I started myself, from working in a coffee shop as a barista. And one day I was thinking like, there must be another way of making money where I don't need to be in a physical location working my ass off all day. So as I was going about my day, living my life, working, etc., I came across this book in a bookshop called HTML for Beginners by James Duckett or something like that, John Duckett. This idea of like, hey, I could actually learn this, I could actually become a web developer. Needless to say, that was the thing that started everything for me. I realized, hey, I can actually make a lot of money, work remotely, never be afraid of losing my job ever again. And I can be anywhere in the world because, hey, I only need a laptop, internet connection, and even if I work for a company in a specific country, there are plenty of developer jobs anywhere in the world. So that was the thing that was the catalyst. That was the thing that started everything for me. But when you're a beginner, you find all these resources online and you start, trying different things out. Okay, I started with Lynda back in the day. Now I think it's called LinkedIn Learning or something like that. Then I had that book that I told you about that I didn't really follow, but I bought it and whatnot. But I started with a few things, and in the beginning I felt like, hey, this thing is actually doable. But the more I was studying, the more I started, Google searching, following different YouTuber influencers and whatnot. Then I realized like, hey, this rabbit hole is pretty deep. And that's when I started to be extremely frustrated because not only I was like hating my job, my day job, I was honestly hating it. I felt like a slave pretty much. I had to make coffees, I had to pretend that I'm happy when I wasn't, I had to wake up early. I had physical pain, back pain and whatnot for standing every day. And some people would actually be crushed by this pain, But I remember I kept saying like, I'm gonna do this no matter what. So it doesn't matter how long it's gonna take me. I was focused on the process of learning and I just kept going even though sometimes things seemed like impossible, I came home, after work, and then I was watching a tutorial and whatnot. I was creating a project, or I was attempting to. For the most part, in the beginning, I was only doing HTML and CSS. Probably for the first 6 months, I was only writing HTML and CSS. So I was so scared of even trying JavaScript that I never actually gave it a full shot, But the thing is, I'm looking back at this time of my life. I'm so grateful for it, because I've learned so many things. Not only like programming, but being disciplined, being dedicated to something. And things were like fairly difficult, Sometimes I was working 12-hour shifts at work and whatnot. And then coming home and putting in that 1 hour, that 30 minutes, that 2 hours, every single day, no matter what, no matter if it was my birthday, someone else's birthday, if it was Christmas, New Year's, I was still writing code, building something for myself. And I guess the truth about coding is that it's gonna teach you more than coding. Like this journey is gonna teach you more about yourself than the actual code that you'll be learning. That's like a side effect. It's a nice side effect. It's gonna bring you a lot of rewards, monetary rewards and whatnot. But the real rewards are the fact that you are going to become someone that achieves something that they set their mind to, That's an extremely important part of this learning journey that not many people are talking about. And the reason why this is important is because I don't want you to limit it, I'm gonna learn code and get a job. You need to think about coding like the catalyst for the next thing, right? A bunch of my students are not only coding right now, but they are creating their own businesses, they are selling different things. They start like Airbnb side hustles or whatnot. They have that money and they are using code as leverage to try different things, because I'm a big believer in the fact that me and you, we shouldn't have a job. Me and you, we should be free. But the only way to get free is by having a skill that you can use in such a way where you can make money off of it later. I cannot teach you that thing, okay, because I've done it for myself, but I'm not an expert and I cannot really explain you how to do that. You have to figure it out yourself. But coding is that skill that's gonna help you massively. One of the things that I wanna tell you about coding is that you'll feel like a massive imposter. When you're learning, you'll feel, you know, these doubts like, am I really good for this thing? I'm not good at maths. I've never been good at any of this like physics, chemistry. I've never been good at that, you know. Is it really for me? I'm not passionate about coding really. I'm not a geek and whatnot. I'm not like a regular standard guy that wants a different career. And I want to say that is 100% doable, no matter if you're passionate or not. Sure, passion helps a little bit, but it's not required if you want to make a career change out of this whole shenanigan, if that makes sense. What can you do to become a developer, or what to expect? Well, expect that your first few months will be extremely exciting and extremely sad at the same time. You'll be learning new things and then you'll hit a plateau. You'll learn a new thing and then you'll hit a plateau again, and so on and so forth. And you need to teach yourself to understand the fact that those plateaus will come, and you should embrace them, and you should understand that if you persist and if you are aware of what you're doing, then you can break those plateaus and then you'll get to the next level. And this is gonna happen as you're learning. This is gonna happen when you want to get a developer job, so you'll have like, you know, interviews and whatnot, and then you'll be getting rejections, you'll not get interviews and whatever. And then you always need to figure out, okay, what is the missing link here? You need to figure out what is the bottleneck, what is the thing that you can fix right now to let the water flow, if that makes sense. The idea is that you can do it. I'm 100% sure of that, and I'm actually looking forward to hearing from you how you'll feel after you get a developer job, after you start working remotely, after you start making more money. What kind of connections will you be doing? How is your life going to change besides just these things that you are seeing in front of you, which is more money and working remotely, right? Because these are the first thing that you see, but then there are other things that are surrounding these two elements that you are chasing after, which are going to bring you even more joy and even more benefits into your life. This is the video for today. Coding is difficult, but you can do it. And if you wanna work with me directly, there is a link in the description of this video. You can join the waitlist, and I'm gonna let you know when the program is gonna be open. And that's it.